Alright, so I got a new camera set up and I wanted to do a little test run, and what I'm gonna do here is talk to you guys about how to care for black paint. In particular, this looks like a piano black. This is the 2023 Cadillac Escalade. This baby still has paper plates. It came in for a ceramic coating, no paint correction required. We did decon the paint, however, so decon includes an iron removal and a clay bar. For something this new, we just ran the clay bar across it very lightly, and we felt for rough patches. We didn't feel too many rough patches, so we didn't go too hard on the clay bar, especially since we were not going to be correcting it. Clay bars do add marring, so you got to be careful with that. Anyways, what does this client have to do to keep swirls off this paint? Well, firstly, he can never run it through a car wash. He can never run this through the auto car wash, especially given that we ceramic coated it for him. If he runs it through the auto car wash, that will destroy the ceramic coating. Secondly, he has to always meticulously dry this vehicle. I have a lot of clients that come in and they ask me, okay, well, now that it's ceramic coated, we won't have to worry about water spots, correct? And the answer is no. You will have to worry about water spots even more. So, incorrect. You will have to worry about water spots even more. And this always perplexes the client. They always look at me sort of like when you make a funny noise around your dog. You know what I mean? They kind of cock their head to the left. Well, the issue with ceramic coating and water spots is very well documented throughout the detailing industry, but I don't think a lot of clients really know that because they're not in the detailing industry. They're in the whatever they do, for a living industry, and they just want to live their lives and enjoy their car. That's why they bring them to us, so that we can take care of them. So what happens is a ceramic coating is going to produce hydrophobicity, and all that means is that it's going to make the water bead intensely on the paint, and the reason for that is so that it's easier to dry. So that's where you get the scratch resistance from. You hear a lot of people talk about scratch resistance with ceramics. Well, it doesn't necessarily make it harder to scratch. What it does is it makes it easier to dry. So once the vehicle is easier to dry, that means you're going to spend a lot less time rubbing on it whenever you're drying it. And that is what kind of makes it less prone to scratches. So now that we're on the topic of drying, is it okay to blow dry your vehicle? 100% yes, it is. That is what I recommend, especially on a black vehicle. If you have a helping hand, what you can do is have one person blow dry while the other person comes behind with a towel and towel dries. It's impossible to blow dry an entire car efficiently, especially a car this big. However, I've never tried it with two blow dryers, so maybe it's possible. I don't know. Guys, y'all let me know in the comments if y'all ever been able to completely dry a car just with a blower. No matter what I do, I always seem to have runs that need to be addressed with a towel. And there's nothing wrong with towel drying your car, as long as the towel is nice and clean, as long as it's the right kind of towel. Can you use a chamois? Well, yeah, you can. I don't recommend it though. There's a lot of things you can do that you shouldn't do, and using a chamois to dry your car is one of those that you should not do. So something else I get asked a lot is, what is a ceramic coating? What does it even do? So ceramic coating does a few things. Now, a lot of times it gets a little convoluted and overcomplicated. The number one thing that I think ceramic coatings are good for is preventing your paint from fading. They protect against the UV rays, and here in Texas, Houston in particular, we've got some of the worst summers in the country. So the heat is very intense, and what that heat does is it immediately starts to fade your paint, especially your black, and before you know it, you no longer have that shine, that luster that you see here with this Escalade that's brand new. And with a ceramic coating, this luster will last for as long as this client follows the proper care instructions for ceramic coatings. So what else does a ceramic coating do other than that? I mean, personally, that's all it would need to do for me to apply it. Don't fade my paint. Don't let it start cracking and peeling. But what it also does is it adds incredible slickness to the surface, and that creates a self-cleaning process, and it makes it a lot easier to clean when it gets really filthy, because whatever's on it, whatever contamination's on it, does not stick to it. It comes off easier, and there you have even more scratch proof, more scratch proofness is what I'm going to call it, because the less time you have to spend scrubbing on things to get them off, well, the less likely you are to scratch your vehicle. Let's see, we talked about hydrophobicity, we talked about what it does to prevent the sun from fading it. What else does it do? We talked about slickness. It also has some chemical resistance, but those I'm going to say are the premium or premier or primary, I think is the word. There's those P's, right? I was looking for a word that started with a P. So the primary, those are the three primary functions of a ceramic coating. Should you get one? Absolutely. 100%. Even if your car is 10 years old, if your paint is still in good shape, you should still get a ceramic coating. We also offer paint corrections for these vehicles that are a bit older. Maybe you ran it through the car wash the first few years of its life. Maybe you still do, and maybe now you're starting to see the effects and you want to reverse it. Well, the good news is if your paint isn't fading yet, if it's not falling apart, then you can still save it. So make sure you come see us here at Go Detailer Go. Visit our website, www.godetailergo.com. I've got a ton of information there, a ton of pricing, and you can also call us, comment on here. I'm always happy to help. If you're an aspiring detailer and you need some advice on how to grow your business, how to get clients, etc., just hit me up. I'm happy to help. All right, guys. I'm excited to see this footage now with this new camera. This is the Insta360, and I'll show it to y'all here in this wonderful reflection. I have it on this little gimbal here. I'm not using the 360 mod for this recording, but I do have it, and I look forward to making some exciting videos for y'all using it. All right, guys. Go Detailer Go. Out.